include programs and subroutines. These two things we discussed. And today we're going to talk about function model. Okay, and so already you saw how to see a function model. Transaction code will be SC37. So your logic will be placed in this function module, and wherever it is required, you can utilize in your programs and in your objects. So that is the purpose of the function module. Okay, SAP also created so many function modules. So before creating your own logic, for example, like calculating a day or calculating a day difference, number of days difference between two dates, and like this, first before going to build your own logic in custom programs, you can search for the function modules. Is there any standard function modules are available in SC37? So if it is available, then simply you can utilize it, or you can create your own logic. How to search for this means, most probably you have to use the keywords. For example, like this. For example, month last time. For example, like this, I'm searching. So this many function modules it suggested. Okay. So in this, maybe for example, I'm taking this one. Okay. Whether it will suit your requirement or not, how you will find it? You have to test it. You have to test it. So what is it is asking? Maybe it is asking for a month. It is asking for a year, and it is asking for a date. For example, 15. It is date. Date 15. 2020. It's asking a date like this. It is invalid. So this function model purpose is, if you provide the details like this now, so it is going to give the first day and the last day of the month. Maybe if your requirement is like this, then you can use this function model. Okay, and this is one way, or most probably we'll try to find it in this way, or we can Google it and you will find the function module. And so you cannot simply use that. You have to test it in SC37. If it suits you, then you can find it. You can use it. Okay. So that's about function module creation. What I'm going to do is, for example, for example, this one. So what it is doing calculation, correct? So based on user input, it is doing this calculation. So you build this logic in your program. If someone tomorrow wants similar logic, then they need to copy this logic, right? Then they need to copy this logic. So instead of that, if you keep this logic in a function model, then you can use it in your program. And if tomorrow someone else is wants that program also, wants that function models also, they can use it in their program. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, this calculation part is there now. Like if user providers a addition requirement to add that two numbers, subtraction means subtracting two numbers, multiplication means multiplying two numbers, division. So this logic I'm going to keep in a function module. Okay. So for this, I think already I have created. But I will recreate it, no problem. I will recreate it. You see this 10, 20, and multiplication symbol I'm giving. Execute it. See, it's giving the value. So like this, we are going to build our logic. Okay. It's already created, but again I will create it. Okay. And before creating any function module, we need to create a function group first. What is a function group means? Just like a package, function group is a place where it will collect multiple function modules in the same place, just like a package. How package is mandatory for a program? No? Just like that, function group is mandatory for creating a function module. So for this, I'm not going to create any new function group. Already I have an existing function group. You can see gdemo_fc. In the same function group, I'm going to use it. But I will show you how to create a function group. For that, you have to go to SCAT, go to function group. Here you can give your name, like anything, gdemo function fc, like this. And it will ask you want to create it. Save and activate, that's it. Okay, function group will be created. So first step will be creating a function group is the first step. Next step is creating a function module. So GFM square. Yeah, this will be my name. Okay, create it. Now here you can see it will ask for a function group. I'm going to enter the function group name gdemo_fg, this one, and the calculator F1. Save it. It will ask for a warning. Ignore it, no problem. That's it. Save it. And in the attributes, if you see, right side general data will be there. Who is person, who created, when it was created, what is the package and everything. But in the right side, in the left side, you can see what type of a processing type you are going to select. Regular functional or remote enable or update. So 3 different types are there. Regular function module means which we are going to create now. Remote enable function module means you will create a function module in one system and you can call and utilize in another system. Another system means, for example, this is client 800, right? Maybe we have a different client. From client 900 also, you can call this FM and you can utilize. And third one is update function module. Whenever you want to do the updation process, like updating a table or those kind of stuff, at that time you will go for an update function. Normally we won't create any of these things that much familiar frequently. Normally we'll go for a regular function model. Okay, save it. Now,
so Ravi, can you please repeat these points? Type,
huh?
Yeah.
So regular function model means the function model which we are going to create now. That is regular function model. That means you will build the logic here and you'll use in the same program. Okay, in the program. Remote enable function model means we will create the function model in one system and you will call this function model from the another system. Another system means another client. Here client is 800 now. Maybe from client 900 or 1000, different clients will be there. From that system, if you want to call, and then the function model type should be a remote enable function model. Okay. Update function model is there. Update function model is specifically for update purpose. Updating a table, updating a program, like that. Okay. If you want, first I will discuss about regular function module. I will show you an example about remote enable function model. I think I can't show, but I will explain with the example. Update function model I can show in system. Okay.
So it means regular and remote are specific to the regular is specific to the client base and remote is
regular is specific to the client, yes. If you create a new function model in 800 system, then you can use in any program inside 800. If you want to use it outside 800 system, then the function model should be specified as remote enable function model. Update function model also is just like remote function model only. Its purpose is update thing only. It is also local. Local means same client. In the same client, you have to utilize.
Okay.
Okay, I will give you examples for this. The remaining two things also, no problem.
Okay.
Next, import, export is there. Import means what can be the input for this? What can be the input for this function model? So since it is a calculation program, what will be the input? Two numbers.
Values. Two numbers.
Two numbers and a operator. Correct. So two
Yes.
numbers will be IM underscore num1. Why IM? Since it is a input, I'm using IM. Then you have to use type. What is its type? What is its type? You have to define here. So its type will be integer, right? Its type will be integer, right? So you can simply give I. Then here you can see optional pass by value. These are two checkboxes. If you select optional, then it is not a mandatory field. That means while using this function module, either user can enter the data inside it or not. If you select optional, but if you without selecting this optional, it is a mandatory. Mandatory means definitely user has to enter the data inside this one. Here you can give a short text like this. Input number 1, and here you can see pass by value is there. What is pass by value, pass by reference? Already you know. But if you select this checkbox, then it is a pass by value. What is pass by value? That means once you give some value to this input, means you're not giving its memory, you're giving its value only. That means you're giving a copy only. That is pass by value. If you are not selecting this checkbox, means you are sending this data to this variable as a pass by reference. Okay, so optional checkbox, whenever that input is optional, not required, whether it is required or not required, at the time we will select the checkbox. If you select a checkbox as optional, without giving any input to this import parameter also, you can execute the function module. But if you select like this, that means you didn't select an optional, then it's a mandatory one. Then second one will be similarly num2 and type. Here you have to give its respect to type. Default value means if you want to declare any default value. Right now I'm not giving any default value. Input number 2. Then another thing is OPR, that is operator type C. That is character, right? Why character? Because it should accept symbols like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So since it is a character, that's why I selected like this. Okay, save it. 1 second, Manu. Okay. So any doubts in this import? So if you want to make it as a mandatory everything, then you should not select the optional one. Remember that. Clear with the import one, import parameters? Manat, I think you're on mute.
Yes, yes.
Then export. Export means something you're expecting output.
Yes, output.
So I will select with the parameter name as ex and type will be integer because since it is number now. Result. Here that optional checkbox will not be there because it's an output, right? So definitely you have to pass the data. Changing means I told you already a parameter which will act as both input and output. I will show you in the next example. Okay, changing and tables I will show you in the next example. Exceptions means if you want to raise any warnings or errors, then you should maintain here. What is the exception we can raise? If you divide it with a 0, then it should not allow, right? Then that exception you can maintain here, like division with 0.
Can we mention table in the changing tab?
Yeah. Changing table, no. It's a parameter.
Okay.
It's a parameter.
I will talk. If we import a table, so the value of the tables are changing with the code processing. So how can we handle this one?
Then you can maintain this table itself. Here you can maintain. If you want to maintain a table,
Okay.
1 second. If you want to maintain a table, in the import itself, you can pass it as a table. I will show you how to pass a table as an import parameter. I will show you that.
So in the tables tab, this is the output for this is for output or input?
This is for output. Table is for output.
No.
Okay. How to pass a table as an input? I will show you as an example. I will show you.
So you have told the tables are for output and there is no optional for the output data, but in the tables optional is given.
No. I told about export. I am talking about. I told you in the export, not in tables.
Okay.
If you declare a table, then it's a optional or mandatory. It's up to you. I'm talking about export. It's the mandatory.
Okay.
Okay. So exceptions I maintain like this. I got it. So import output parameters. These things we declare. Once you declare now, automatically it will appear in the source code like this. Okay, these are the import parameters, and this is the output parameter, and this is the exception if you want. Now what you have to do, you have to write your logic like this. Like if I am underscore OPR, that is the operator, right? Which will carry your operator symbol. Then ex underscore result equal to I am underscore num1 plus I am underscore num2. Then 1 second, Manat. Sorry for that. So we'll build the rest of the logic. Okay, then so if it is division, you have to do these things. First, it should check with the number. If IM underscore come to equal to 0, then what you have to do? You should raise the exception. Should raise the exception. What is the exception? For that, what you have to raise? Division with 0 is not allowed. This is the exception. Without this, it will go for a dump. Okay. So everything is done right. Just save it and activate it. Execute to test it. I'm giving a number here, 18, 8, and I'm giving a plus. Execute. You can see the result is 26. Similarly, I'm going to give it divided with 0. Now exception should rise. Execute. See, exception, division 0 is not allowed. Okay. Clear with this one? How to write a source code?
Yes, yes.
Now, how to use it in the program? How to use it in the program? You have to go into the program. This is my program, right? This is my old program. Okay. Here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to comment all this logic. This one. I'm going to comment all my logic. Now you can see just selection screen will be there, but it won't work because logic is not there. Correct. Logic is not there. So here I'm going to call my function module. How to call the function module? I told you already how to call the function module. You have to go to pattern. Give the FM name here. What is FM name? GFM underscore CAL is my FM name. And click on OK. See, automatically like this it will show you. So import parameter, export parameter, everything is coming. So in the import parameter, you have to map your numbers. What is your number? This one, right? And it will throw error. Why? Because IM underscore num1 is a type of integer, but here it is type of numeric. So modify this to integer. Otherwise, type conflict will come. Okay. So both should be in same type. Please remember that. Both should be in same type. Here in the program or here in the function module, both should be in the same type. So here what you are going to do, map the number, that is first one, LV underscore N1, and next is LV underscore N2. Then since it is a radio button, I will do one thing. So instead of radio button, I take another parameter over here, like this. Okay, I'm going to pass the operator. and result you will hold in LV underscore result. Exceptions you can uncomment it. Note it, execute. Now here give your number 10, 20. Operator will be multiplication. Execute. Why it is not showing? LV result having the value. You have to print it, right? So print it, you have to use the write statement, right? Okay. That's it. Save it and after. You can see 600. So it's working. So now here what happened? So whatever the program input is there now, that is you're passing to the export parameters, and logic will work in the function module, and it will give you the result in the EX result, and the result will be moved to LV result. Then you're printing your LV result. Okay. And in this different case, how to write the exceptions? Let me show you that also. With division
Ravi,
is zero is not. Yeah.
so can we customize the F8 button? Like we simply uh, execute a button and after clicking, it shows us the result.
Yeah, we can add button also. We can add the button
Sorry.
also. We can add a button also.
Okay.
I will show you the button. So you can see Saisa bus is coming as 1. Why the Saisa bus is 1 is coming? LV underscore N2 is 0. Okay. What is 1 for? What is 1? Here you can see exception. 1 means
Exception. Division
so
0
you are
double out.
dividing with 0. You are dividing with 0. That's why it is reporting as 1. Now you have to print the exception or display the exception. Okay. For this, let me check it out. Normally we'll print like this. This is the one way of message, one way of internal message. Else you can mention like this, okay? Message division with 0. This display like key. So like this you can use the message type. It's a division 0 matter. Okay. Then coming to your question, button. So for this, what we have to do is here. Take here. So selection screen, begin offline, end offline, like this you have to do. And after that, push button. Okay. So for example, this. If you want to give a text, you can do here text to 002.
We have to name this push button.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Oh.
So, wait, like this. After it, and you can see. Okay, text 0012 is operators. That's right. Okay. Maybe you can give like this execute. Execute is 4, right? So you can give a execute here 004. Okay. Activate it. You can see one. I will remove this checkbox. Checkbox is not required now. I will remove this checkbox. Okay. Checkbox related to logic also commented. Okay. Now execute button is there. Now how to write the logic? How to write the logic? So for that, Will you complete all these things? But selections. Okay. Selections view. Case. So you can, if what is the command you gave for the button? This one, CMD. Okay. If CMD, then what you have to do? This complete logic should work. Here also I'm commenting. Start of selection also not required. Save. Not if. You have to use end case. Okay. Okay. Execute. You have to display the data here itself. No? So what we can do. Execution is happening or not. We check that, put a breakpoint here. Execute. It's going into the button. Result also coming. LV result also fulfilling. Then it is not coming to the to print it. Printing is the problem. So if you add a button, if you don't want any screen, then what you can do is you can use another result. Okay. So it's really, I can take you out. Okay, so like this also you can prepare a program. That means output also will be displayed here. I think I have to modify the text, but I'm not modifying. Okay, so here itself we can see the data. Since it is 0, it's not showing something. Okay, if you want to disable the input, you can do that. But what you have to do is okay. That is the event we have at selection screen output. That I will show you later. To disable this input, I will show you at selection screen output at that time, at that piece. Okay, so like this, as you requested, how to add a button and how to write the logic, you can do that. Okay, write statement here will not work. Why? Because you are not writing anything in our selection, start of selection. Okay, why at selection screen? I have written because you are doing everything here in the selection screen level itself. That's why at selection screen is coming. I will tell you about this also. But the time being, try to remember how to add a button and how to use that button in the program. And any questions here?
No,
Yeah, if you want to take a break for 5 minutes, and we'll connect again at 11:25.
okay, sure.
So now we'll see. That is what, so this is our F1, right? So how to use changing parameter? I will show you. What I told you, what is a changing parameter? That parameter will act as a input and output, both, right? Correct. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this export parameter. I will command my code. Okay, I will command my code. I'm going to remove my export parameter. Now this FM don't have any export parameter. Correct? Am I right or not? At the same time, I am making the second input im underscore num2 as optional. Now what I will do here in this changing parameter, c underscore num2 underscore result. That means this changing parameter will act as a input number 2 and result, both it will act. How it will be, we'll see. Okay, you got it, right? I think if you want to clear, I will delete this number also. So I have only input number 1 here, operator here, and number 2 is here in the changing parameter. Now how it will work? How it will work means same logic. There is no difference in the logic. There is no difference in the logic. But earlier ex underscore result is there now. Now we have to replace it with what is it operator? C underscore num2 underscore result. And at the same time, we don't have num2 also. Num2 also the same thing. Maybe it is confusing for you, but I will explain, no worries. You got it? We don't have any second input parameter. We don't have any export parameter. Now execute this. Now you can see only input number is 1 here, 18 here, and here I'm entering the another number 18. I'm entering the symbol as plus here. Now what is the addition normally? 18 plus 18? 36. Correct? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, Ravi.
So now how you will carry the result? Execute this. See, 36 is carrying by same variable. That means this changing parameter will act as both input parameter and output parameter. Okay. That's why here you can see output also same thing, input also same thing. Any questions or confusion here?
No.
Okay, it's a very rare scenario. SAP has one feature like that. Whenever it is required, at that time we'll use that. Okay, that is changing parameter. But I'm going to comment this. Okay. If you want, you can create it. Okay, I'm going to comment this. So I'm commenting the whole code and it will work as it is. Okay. Now, what's table related logic? Okay. Now I will create another FM G employee tab like this. Okay. Create it. Function group will be same. Employee data. Okay. Save it. Now input will be employee ID. What is employee ID type? What is employee ID type? G employee ID. There is one. Yes, G employee ID. If you don't want, go and check in the table. This is our table, right? GT. This is our table. I think yes. This is our table, right?
Yes, sir.
So then data element will be, this is the data element, GDE underscore employee. This is the, okay. Now what will be the output? Output will be tab underscore EMP, like, what is the type? GT EMP master. Am I right? This is our table type. This is our table, right? So this will be like this table. That's it. Save it, activate it. What we are going to do? Select star from GT EMP master, where employee ID equal to, what is employee ID? IM underscore employee ID into table. What is the table name? Tab underscore EMP. If size of OC equal to 0, sort tab underscore EMP by employee ID. You are clear with this one? What I wrote here? New syntax needs to be here. Here also. Manath, you are clear what I don't? So I'm taking employed as an input, and I'm collecting the data in the function module, and I'm returning the data into the this tab underscore EMP, this one. Now, how to consume this in the program? Yeah, any question?
No, Ravi, it's okay.
Okay. So how to consume this? Just create another program. Create it. What is today's date? 14. Create it. Something I'm giving. Executable. Save it. So what is my parameter? Parameter will be P underscore employee ID. Type will be GDE employee ID, or else GT employee master hyphen employee ID. Okay, this is my parameter. If P underscore employee ID is logic, you have to write in which event? Start of selection is not initial. That means it's full with something. Then what you have to do? Call the FM. What is FM name? GFM underscore EMP. That is my FM. GFM underscore EMP. Execute this. So it will ask like this. So in the export parameter, you have to pass your employee ID, and in the table, you have to declare internal table IT underscore EMP type standard table of GT employee master. Okay, here table name. That's it. Activate it. Now I will put a breakpoint here. Okay. To
So
stop.
Ravi, what's the difference between standard table of and the type table of only?
So both are same. Both will act as the same only. But standard table means it will copy each and every element, and type table of normal will use for structures while creating a structure only. So both will both are same. Either is you can start type table of or type standard table of. Either you can anything, no problem. So I'm using type table of also, no problem. Okay, so now I put a breakpoint here and execute. I'm entering 1002, for example. Execute. So what happening? So it's coming to this point. Closely observe. You can see the value is 1002. Then it's going to the FM. This type conflict is there. This type conflict. Dump. You know why? Why? Because type conflict. Right? What is type conflict is? Whatever the thing you declare in function module is one type, and here it is one type. If you to match that, you have to do is GD employee ID. Na? What is GD employee ID? This one. Give it here. Okay, both should be same type. Now also to close that up. Now what is the problem? That is my bad. I will ask you. Now tell me what is the mistake I did here? FM name is wrong. I have to call this FM, right? FM underscore employee tab. Where is the program? My FM itself wrong, no? See, my FM itself wrong. This is not the FM, correct? This is not my FM. My FM is FM employee tab. This is my FM. Correct? Am I right? This is the FM.
Yes.
So you have to be very careful with the FM. Okay. So PN square tab, employee ID, then tab name, ITN square employee. Save, activate. See, now IT employee has we didn't pass anything. You can see here IT employee has one entry with 1002. Okay, so that means how this FM is working. See, you're entering a ID, P underscore employee ID. Then this P underscore employee ID is passing into the FM, going to the FM. This is the FM logic. So it will be passed to this field. I am underscore employee ID. You can see here, and after that, the table is filled with the respective entry. You can see the respective entry in the tab underscore EMP. Once it is coming out of that logic, this tab EMP will pass the data to ITEMP. So we can see ITEMP has the data. Okay. You can see one thing here. You can see one shock symbol. IM underscore employee ID tab underscore MP. Why? What does this means? It is invalid variable. What is invalid now? These two variables will be only active while you are inside the FM. While inside the FM, outside the FM, it won't be accessible. Okay. So like this, you can create a function module with a table. Okay. Now, any questions in this?
So Ravi, can you please give us a brief about the selection screen events that you have used
Yeah,
the
I told.
start of selection,
Yeah.
add selection
I
screen?
told you right. That is our tomorrow topic. Today I have some other things with the FM. So if
Okay,
you are
okay.
done with this, actually after completing the FM function module, then tomorrow topic
Hmm.
is the debugging.
Okay,
I'm doing the debugging now. Tomorrow topic is debugging. Once debugging is done,
okay, okay, sure.
then events, then reports. Why in the sequence means
Okay,
without already you are aware I'm using debugging, and maybe you confused why debugging is working and how debugging is working. Also, you are not familiar. Correct. So while going onwards, debugging also very important topic for us. So that's why we'll talk about debugging in detail tomorrow. After that, events and reports.
okay.
Okay. So in this way, you can pass a table as a output parameter. Now next question: how to pass my table as a input parameter? I want to pass my table as input. How I can do that? See, I have created an FM here. You're able to see this? I have created an FM. One second. So first, I will tell you this. We created a table type. If you remember, we have created a table type. You remember this? We created a table type. Why table type is created? It will be helpful to create an internal table also. I told you already. If you are not remember, then I will remind this topic. To create a table here, internal table here, type table of I am using now. So instead of that, you can use type table type. What is table type? This is my table type. This also you can use. Execute this, give some data. You can see data is here. Correct? So if I can declare a table, internal table in so many manners, type table of, type table type, then why table type is required? That is the question. Am I right? Already I can create a table, internal table with the reference to structure also. Structure also I can create, table also I can create. Then why table type is required? That is my question. You got the point, Manak? So you can create internal table with the help of a table you can create. Structure also you can create. Then why table type is required? Hello?
Yeah, Ravi.
Yeah. So first thing is I will tell you. First thing is you have to create a table type. How to create a table type?
Mhm.
Just give the name, create it, and here you have to mention the table name. That means this table type also having the properties of table, having the properties of table. That's why here, instead of a table, you can give table type name also. What is the syntax difference is here are mentioning type table of, here are mentioning type. That's it. Okay. Now
Ravi, your screen is freezed, I think.
freezed. Here in which
Yeah,
screen?
yeah.
To see my program.
Yeah, it's visible.
Here in which screen? Program, right?
Yes, yes. March 14.
Yeah. So yeah. So table type is helping me to create an internal table. That is one type of a usage. Okay. Now where else I can use the table type? I'm going to create a function module. Okay, GFM underscore employee employee data. Okay, this is my function module name. Create it. Same function module group name. Employee data. Now here the import will be employee data. IM underscore EMP, and I want to pass table as an input. I want to pass table as an input. To do that, I should not pass like this. GT employee master. I should not pass table name here. So instead of that, I should pass my table type here. You got it? In the FM, I should pass my table type here. Then it will allow to receive multiple entries in the same table format. This is IM underscore EMP. Now I'm going to the table. Here, what I'm going to do, I underscore tab EMP. This will be the output. This is input. This will be the output. To make it clear, out underscore EMP, like this I will do. Then here, you can give the table name, no problem. But he should use like statement. Try to understand, Manath. In the input, you are using table type name. In the table, I'm using table name. Okay.
So if we're using the table name in the import, so what happen?
It will type conflict will happen.
Sorry?
Type conflict will come. You have to use table type only. Table type only. Then only it will allow. Then only it will allow to enter. Then only it will allow multiple entries as input. Table type only you have to give. Okay. Now data is in IM underscore EMP. Correct. So whatever the data is in I underscore EMP, I am passing into output like this. Okay. After that, what I'm doing now? Delete. Just for testing purpose, I'm doing. Okay. Delete out underscore EMP index 2. What is index 2? I'm deleting second line of the table. IA panel cannot be connected to table type of the type of EMP. Why? Like that. Okay, got it. So you have to mention as it a table. Otherwise system won't understand it. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm deleting the second entry from the table. Now, how to use it in the program? I will show you that. First, for that, I'm commenting this. Give it a try. I think it should work. Not sure. It's not understanding as internal table. To treat it as internal table, it should use table type only. Now after your question, I try to understand. You should enter table type only. Here you should not enter. Now what I'm going to do is in the program, I'm going to create another program. C38. Program is for 1. Create. So what I'm going to do is first, I'm going to create internal table data underscore IT underscore emp type table of GT emp master. Then what I'm doing, go to start of selection, select star from GT emp master into table IT underscore emp. Okay, I'm selecting all the data. Now after this, what I'm doing, I'm passing this to function module. What is the function module name? GFM employee data. Give a pattern GEMP underscore, sorry, GFM underscore employee data. See, FM is here. Here, what you have to do, you have to pass your table IT underscore EMP here, and output also same. Output also same. Okay. So by this, what will happen? Any idea? By output also same. Okay. Otherwise, I will take output as some other table. No problem. Table, some other table name I will take, but everything is same to show the difference. Okay. Type table of GT employee master. Okay. Now we'll see what will happen. I'm putting a breakpoint here. Execute. Closely observe. In ITMP, how many entries are there? How many entries are there?
13.
13. What is second line? Second line is 1001. Employed is 1001. Correct? I'm going inside the FM. Here you can see in IMP, you have 13 records, and these 13 records are passing to out EMP. Here you can see out EMP also having 13 records. But in this particular step, delete out EMP index 2. What will happen? Where row number equal to 2, that particular entry will be deleted. See it. So 1001 record is deleted. Okay, 1001 record is deleted. That's why you can see IMEMP has 30 records. It has 12 records. Come out of that function module, and it will be passed to ITEMP1. To showcase the difference only, I have passed 2 internal tables. Okay, so this you passed as input to the function module, and this you received as output from the function module. In between, some logic you've written in the function module, and its processing happened. Finally, we captured the output. You got it right? What we did. So in this way, if you want to pass a input as a parameter, also you can pass. Table also you can pass. At the same time, output as a value also you can expect, or as a table also you can expect from the function module. Is this clear?
Yeah, Ravi.
Yeah. In what else formats are there to pass to function module? A single value, a table. What else is there? Any idea? What else is there? Manath, any idea? What else is there? Have you discussed about range table? Have you discussed about range table?
Range table, that's title one, Mr. Missen.
Yeah, what is range table means? Select options will act as a range table.
Mm-hmm.
You remember? Select options will act as a range table. Why? Because without giving any input also, it will try to fetch the data. It will act as a star. And at the same time, you can give a range from and to, or you can select a multiple values. You remember? That is select option. You remember, right? That is select option.
Yes.
Now, in my selection screen, in my program, my input is select option. Now, how to pass the select option to the function module? You got my question?
Yes.
I will take
So we
another
can
screen.
define in the import part, or
We have to few steps are there for that.
okay.
I will tell you. This will be the last topic for the day. Okay. For example, TTEMP master is there. Okay. Now select options. SO underscore EMP ID for GT EMP master hyphen employee ID. Okay, save it, activate it. It will display like this. Now, how to pass this to a function module? That is our question. 1 second. I will declare one internal table also here. ATM square data type table GT EMP master. Okay. My internal table also ready. Now I have to pass this select option to the function module. For this, what you have to do is C37 EMP underscore SO. SO means select option. Okay. Create it. Select option. Here, select options will act as a range table. Select options will act as a range table. Okay. And what is the element here you are using? Employee ID is my data element. Okay, employee ID is my data element. What we have to do is, first we need to create a structure like this. In this structure, sign and options, two values will be there. Similarly, low and high values will be there. What is low and high values means? Whenever you're filling your selection screen, this low and high values will be captured here, and the sign and option is there now. If low and values are giving like this, then option will be between. You are giving only one value, then option will be equal to. If you are giving any options like this, greater than 2, greater than, less than, like this, then option will be that particular operator. You have to define everything like this first, the structure. Okay, first step is, I will show you. First step is you have to create a structure, gs_emp id. That is my structure I'm going to create. Create a structure. gs_eid. That is my structure. Okay. Create structure employee ID. Then what you have to do is copy everything. I'm copying everything. Okay. But here you have to give your first two is same, sign option is same, and type also same. But here you have to give respect to data element. That is GDE_employee like this. Save it and activate it. So structure creation is done. Enhance will carry this missing. Option is reserved. Okay. Now what you have to do? Next thing is you have to create a range table. For that, range underscore emp id is already there. That emp id one, create it. Create it. Now it is a table type. Here, range employee ID. Here, table type. Go to edit, and here you can see an option, define as a range table. You can see one option here, define as a range table. Click on this. Now it will ask you the structure name. Here, what you have to give? You have to give the structure name which you created in the earlier steps. What is the earlier one? This one. And you have to give the data element also. That is GD_employee. Save it and activate. Now tell me what you did. First, you created a structure with 4 columns. First 2 will be sign and option. Next 2 will be low and high. Signed options, same type, standards type you are going to give. For the low and high, you are going to give your data element. Then you are going to create a table type, go to edit, define as a range table. Then here we will mention the data element name and structure name. That's it. Now you will pass this. Now you will pass this range table here. Range employee ID as an input. im_employee ID. Fine. Okay. Now it will accept a select option as the input. Okay. Now I will write the code. In tables, I'm going to write IT underscore tab type like GTEMP master. Okay. So here select star from GTEMP master into table IT underscore tab where what is that? Where employee ID you are going to give equal to Manath, is it correct? Line number 12. Line number 12, is it correct?
Yes, yes.
I think no. You know why?
But you have
Why?
mentioned
Because
imply IM underscore MPD in the import section,
why
and
it
there
is
you
no
give the ref.
means
Uh,
why it is no means it is a range table. That means you are going to pass your select option. Whenever passing a select option where condition, what will do? Where in you'll use.
in
Correct. Same thing you have to use it here.
Okay. Sorry.
Activate it. Done. Now you can call this FM in our program gfm underscore. Okay. Now what I'm going to do? Call the FM directly. G underscore emp underscore so. It will ask for an input. Input will be so underscore employee ID, and output will be IP underscore data. I'm putting a breakpoint here to see what will happen. Execute. Type conflict is there. What is the type conflict? Second. Okay. So since you are passing range table, you have to pass like this. Okay, nothing I did. See, I'm selecting. I'm not giving anything. If you're not giving anything, what will happen? It will fetch all the records. Execute. It will stop at the breakpoint. Go inside the FM. You can see nothing is there. Nothing is there in my IM_employee ID, correct? But it will bring all the entries, 13 entries into IT tab, and it is displayed here. Okay. And for example, if I want some entries means like this 1005 to 1009. For example, I'm giving like this. Execute. Click on F6. You can see only 1005 to 1009 will be there. You got it right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So in this way, in function module, you can pass the input parameter, select option, table, and at the same time, you can in the output also you can expect a parameter value, single value, or table value also. Okay. So these are the variable features available in function module. Any questions or any doubts? Please let me know. And what are the FMs just now we created now? If you want to go through, go to SC09. And few things will be here. Few things will be in local. Second, let me move those local also to this package. This one. Someone else also attending this session or only you?
Only me.
Okay. No, I heard some echo, that's why.
Actually, I'm in a company, so there is a background noise.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So in this demo transfer one package is there, no? In this you can see all the function modules details. Okay. Go and open this function group, or another way is directly go into the transport SC09. Go into the last transport, development transport. Here you can see the function group, expand the function group. Click on the function group demo FG. Go to master program. Click on this display object list. On left side, you can see the list of. Okay.
And
so that's all.
In the starting of a session, you show me the version of the SE738 programs. The way we can see the changes we have done in the program.
Yeah, here also you can go. See, this is a function module. If you go to version management, it will show you under which transport it's captured. So you can see in this capture, it's captured in this transport. Everything is captured in the version management.
So can we compare the ongoing and the changes we have done?
If you are going, if you create everything in a same, see, I'm doing a changes right now, saving and activating in the same transport. Then what changes I did yesterday, it won't be there.
No, like in last time I have used the GitHub. So whenever we put the request to the server, so we can see the changes we have done. So is there anything like this in the ABAP?
No, that's what I'm saying. Once your transport is released now,
No,
then
without releasing, without releasing.
without releasing, no. Without releasing, no. Once your transport is released, then someone else is doing some again one more changes. It will ask for a transport. Now you can cross compare what is the difference between these two transports. So like that you can do.
Okay.
And at the same time, this code is active mode. Okay, this function mode is active, and I am doing something. I'm doing something, and I did save. I don't want to.
Okay.
For example, I forgot where and all I did changes. For example, if it's simple, it's four lines. But I forgot where and all I did the changes. I don't want to capture the changes. What you can do, simply go to utilities, version, return to active version. That means earlier active version was there now. It will go to the active version. But
Okay.
you should not activate automatically. Okay. So if your
So,
program is inactive, then it can go back to the previous state of active state.
so can we compare the version?
I told you now. So version means once you release, then only you can compare. Otherwise, here only one version will be there. Always only one version will be there.
Okay. Okay.
If another version
So,
is there, then one more transport will be there. You can select those two transport, and you can see you can compare option is there. Here you can see
okay.
compare
Okay.
option.
Okay. Got it. Got it.
Okay. So in the same transport, it's not possible. Okay.
Okay.